it's worth it. If you can just get through the pain, it's not easy. Deploying something like this is, but just to have that moment of realizing person now doesn't have to be sitting there. They can actually get out to do their job, which is to actually help people.
I'm here with Heidi Cockram. She is the IT and Logistics Director for Medair. Heidi, how's your Qlik Connect going?
Oh, it's a lot. There's a lot of people here. I can't believe just how many people there are. But I mean, we're all interested in data. We're all interested in Qlik.
Yes,
So
and you are even on brand.
I'm on brand, yes. I'm coming today in my Qlik green.
Yeah. What does Medair do? What's the mission?
Medair is an international humanitarian organization working in around about 12 countries at the moment. Some of the worst places on earth right now, actually. We respond to conflict, to disasters, to all kinds of things like disease outbreaks. But generally, I think we would say if we were looking at the 20 worst places on earth, we'd be in the top 10.
Really important, impactful work, saving lives. How does data connect with this? Particularly Qlik. How are you using Qlik? What are some of the use cases you have?
Yeah, well, I think we all know that if you don't have data, you actually can't make good decisions. And when it comes to saving lives, you need to have the right data. What do you do if you don't have the right data? Now, Medair has not traditionally invested in technology. Donors don't want to fund tech. What they want is their money to go straight to the people who really need the support. For the first 30 years of existence, Medair didn't invest in technology barely at all. Maybe just a laptop and some internet. Qlik actually came into our lives somewhere between 2012 and 2014 as a partnership. They heard about Medair. They heard about how difficult it was for us to be able to do our work without any information, and they started a partnership. So in the early days, they actually came out to where we were working. I met them in the Philippines. They downloaded the software onto my laptop and helped me to extract data so that I could make some really good decisions from some really crap data.
Just really to go in the field and be right there with you, right there. And also a massive culture transformation from going from a company who, there was no investment in technology to
Qlik.
To Qlik, right? Which is being really data-driven. That had to be a big culture change too.
Initially, it's been very ad hoc and very local. We do a lot of surveys. We ask questions of people we serve. We get the information in. It goes into a Qlik dashboard. It's very small, local, ad hoc. But we've always had issues with being able to see that data on that information on a global scale, because now you've got to go into all these different little Qlik apps. So we've been working recently on how to actually bring all of that information from the local into a central Snowflake warehouse and then report on it from a global perspective. And that has been a real game changer for Medair, particularly with regard to nutrition. So we actually look after children who are suffering from extreme malnutrition. And to be able to get the data with regard to that at the global level is going to be a game changer for us.
And how have you been able to translate that into really the impact of the organization and the mission to save lives? Because, you talked about how there was hesitancy, right? Donors don't really want to, they want everything to go to the mission. But as you've shared, data is supporting and helping the mission. How do you make that connection then for your donors as well? How data really is empowering what you're set out to do?
Well, there's a couple of ways I can answer this question, because first of all, with donors, it's all about accountability. They want to know what you've spent their money on. So you've got to have data to report back to a donor to say, we did this, and then they might give you some more money so you can help someone else. So that's really the simplest, most basic kind of a form for this. But what we want to use data for, and to be honest, it's aspirational. I wouldn't say that we can do it as well as we want to do it yet. We're moving in this particular direction. We want to be able to see trends. So my dream and vision would be, we work in a clinic. We've got children coming in with cholera or acute watery diarrhea. Real-time data would tell us there's an issue here. Why are so many kids coming in with this symptom? We can send our water and sanitation advisors to that kid's village to look at the water source, find out what's going on, fix it at the root. And then we're starting to bring about change. That's the vision, that's the aspiration, and that's where we want to be. We have to start with the foundation though, and that's where we're working toward.
Oh, I love that. And that's why I love the message from today too. It was hype free. It was like, yes, we are going to do incredible things. You're doing incredible things with saving lives. But it really does start with that foundational work of getting your data in order. We've always had to have data. It's just we always collected it on pieces of paper. So to actually have it.
Doing this from an efficiency perspective, I have to tell you this story. This app that we've created, this global app, we implemented it in Kenya. They didn't know I had anything to do with it. I sponsored the project, but I was visiting for something else. And I had someone come in and say, come
Heidi, come with us. You've got to see this thing. It just got presented to the rest of the office. And I said, what is it? Oh, we've got these new reports, these new dashboards. Just take a look at this. And of course, I'm looking at it thinking, I know all about this. I'm like, oh, that's very interesting. Oh, what does this help you to do? Oh, we can see this and we can make these decisions. And I said, well, you must have had this data before. They said, yes, but we did it all by hand. I said, well, how long did it take you? 8 days. I said, 8 days, how often? Every 2 weeks. I said, so it took you 8 days out of every 10 days to pull this report? They said, yes. And I said, how long does it take you now? 2 seconds. So you've gone from 8 days to 2 seconds. That's incredible. And they said, yes, and now we can actually act on it because we're not waiting for 2 weeks to get things. So it's like, okay, I can act on the data today. This is what's happening today. So for me, I can just remember walking out of that little interaction just feeling like, oh my goodness, all of this work that took a long time to create this global nutrition app. It took us 2 years. And to just see that one interaction changed my whole world for the day at least, and for the next couple of weeks. What do you say to maybe your younger self just 2 years prior to that, or to other leaders who are in that same position where they haven't had that aha moment where they came in and shared how it changed from 2 weeks to 2 seconds? What do you say to them who are starting that journey to get to that moment? It's worth it. It's worth it. If you can just get through the pain, it's not easy. Deploying something like this is, but just to have that moment of realizing that person now doesn't have to be sitting there. They can actually get out to do their job, which is to actually help people. I love that. Changes everything. What a great way. And piece of encouragement for all those out there. Start the journey. Heidi, thank you so much for the work that you're doing. It's truly incredible. And I appreciate you taking the time to come and share it with us. Absolutely. It's been my pleasure. Thank you, Sadie.